CC, CEO, wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black-owned firm, but we ain't all black.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Constance Carter. This is the Grow Your Money Club, where we talk about how to grow your money and not blow your money. Because if you blow your money, it ain't a damn thing funny. Listen, you guys, come on in. We're a little early today. I know we're normally on at 11 o'clock. Go tell your friends that Constance is on early today. And we're going to talk about some great hot topics. Y'all caught me in the middle of putting lotion on. I couldn't go another moment because my ash would not allow me to. What's up, everybody? Come on, go tell your friends. Come on in, my friend, and let's get cozy and let's get comfy and let's get it cracking today, because we have some really juicy hot topics. You know, on Wednesdays. Today's Wednesday. I normally have my good girlfriend on here with me, and we're always talking about some amazingness. Just, you know, it's just girl locker room talk, where we're talking about love, relationships, hot topics, and things like that. So you guys go get your girlfriends and tell them to come on. April and Constance are on here today. All right. And we're going to talk about some cool things. But before we do that, you are, so if this is your first time logging on here, if this is your first time being on this platform, please know that in order for this to work, this is a dialogue and not a monologue. What does that mean? That means we want you to talk back to us and talk back to us. That means engagement. We want you to engage with us as we are conversing back and forth. We're conversing with you. So if this is your first time on here, put in the comments that this is your first time, and we want to welcome you. And for all of those who this is not their first time, for all of you who are normally here every single day at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific, welcome all the newbies. Welcome all the newbies. Okay. And then secondly, where are you watching from? Because we know we have people that watch from all over the world. So I want to know where you're watching from. And if you could put that in the comments. And I know all my regulars that are normally here aren't on yet, because we were like 15 minutes early. So, but put in the comments where you're watching from, because I see we have people that are watching. And where are you watching from? Because I know we have people that watch from all over the world. So where are you watching from? We want to shout you out. We want to go in the comments. What's up? Oh, Brian. Oh, did you boycott me, Brian? Brian, are you still a Trump supporter? Did you boycott me? Brian is back. Now Brian harasses me in my DMs instead of on the platform. And so we want to know where you're watching from, because we have people that watch from all over the world. That's 2. Number 3, if you have any Black-owned businesses, if you are a Black-owned business, if you know of a Black-owned business, we want to support you, because the only way that we can make it in this world is if we are very intentional about how we're spending our money with each other. So if you are a Black-owned business, or you know a Black-owned business, please put it in the comments. I don't know if you know that in the year there was an article in Forbes magazine that said in the year 2053 that Black median wealth was going to be a 0. And not long after that, Hispanic median wealth was going to be a 0 as well. Well, how do we move away from that? How do we make sure that we are making money, making moves, creating legacies for our family? We have to support one another. There's so many ways, but we need to have Black-owned businesses, and we need to support Black-owned businesses. So if you have a Black-owned business, put it in the comments. Okay, I see you, Karen. What's up, Karen? It's your first time watching from Pontiac, Michigan. I see you, Shaka Khan from Cincinnati. What's happening? Okay, come on, y'all. Where else is everybody from? So if you have a Black-owned business, or if you know a Black-owned business, put it in the comments, because we need to support one another. We need each other to survive. Now, there has been a lot of talk lately about Black women. With the Trump administration coming in and taking a chainsaw to the federal government and Doge, it has affected one demographic the most. Over 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs. Have you guys heard that? And this has been this year alone. So I had a discussion about it back in May, when the jobs report came out, that said in April alone, 106,000 Black women lost their jobs. Now to date, 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs. And for me, I'm always looking at the historical perspectives of it. And I know that it's done by design. You think about this. Black women, 92% of Black women did not vote for Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is also on a revenge tour of all the people who didn't, who he felt wronged him, who didn't support him, and all of those things. So where do we hit Black people the hardest? Well, we know Black women are the most educated. They have the most student loans. So now we see student loans, them reversing the moratorium on student loans, them reversing the forgiveness on student loans. Well, who's getting hit the hardest? We are. And then now people's credit like mine. I mentioned it the other day that all of a sudden I had 180-day late payment on my credit report on a student loan that I didn't even know I had. So who's being affected? A lot of times we are, because we're the biggest receivers of student loans. They said if we don't pay our student loans back, then he's going to garnish the wages and go after our Social Security for older Blacks, for older seniors. How is this making America great again? And so the people who are disproportionately affected are Black women. But I just have a message for you, Black women, because I thought about that yesterday, and I just wanted to give you a message.
In 2025, over 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs. And here's what blows my mind. This government had no idea what they were doing when they decided to release brilliance and excellence back into the streets. They thought they were taking our livelihoods. They thought they were crippling our families. But what they really did, they just unleashed the most educated demographic in America, Black women. We're the ones holding the degrees, the certifications, the credentials, and a lifetime of skills they can't take away from us. And they about to fuck around and find out. Because Black women, we don't crumble. We don't fold. Every rock that they throw at us, we use it to build the foundation for our next chapter. And mark my words, what they're going to see is new Black business owners launching brands that they can't ignore, new Black real estate investors building portfolios that will feed generations, new Black innovators creating solutions that shift industries, and new Black joint ventures pulling our brilliance and our dollars so that power stays with us. Because here's the truth, they may have underestimated us, but they didn't break us. They just freed us to work for ourselves instead of building somebody else's dream. What's coming next is a new Black wealth class, a class that owns more, earns more, and passes down more. A class that understands we are the CEOs of our own lives and the architects of our own future. So if you're one of those 300,000, this is your time. This is your moment. That layoff was not the end. It was the launch. And the world's about to see exactly what happens when Black women stop asking for a seat at the table and start building the whole goddamn house. Now drop a Black fist in the comments and share this with someone who needs to hear this gem.
That made me hella proud, because that everything I spoke in that video is the truth. We are resilient. And so I've been saying this since Trump has gotten in office, is that they will fuck around and find out. We're minding our Black business and we're minding our Black businesses. So what they've done is it's opened our eyes collectively as Black people, not just Black women, but Black men as well. Here's what's really going on in our country. We cannot be dependent on the government. We have to do for ourselves. We have to be self-reliant, self-sufficient, independent. We have to depend on us, because nobody is coming to save us but us. And we need each other. So I'm speaking to Black women. I'm not excluding Black men at all. We need each other. We need you Black men too. But my mission, my charge, my goal is to help Black women. Now, by helping the Black family, by helping the Black legacies, by helping the Black community, I'm helping Black women. There's an African proverb that says, when you teach a man, you teach an individual, but when you teach a woman, you teach a nation. And so Black women, we are under attack right now with these corporate jobs. They've disproportionately affected us. But guess what? They gonna fuck around and find out. Please believe it. So I just wanted to share that with you. I wanted to encourage and inspire all of you, just to know that, listen, this might be a setback, but you know what the great Willie Jolly said, a setback is a setup for a comeback. And we're going to come back even stronger, and we're going to show even more so how resilient we are. And that's what we've always done. Adversity, it always makes us stronger Black people. Remember, after Reconstruction, when we started building our towns and we started doing all these amazing things, they saw our resilience. So you put resilience, Black resilience, against white mediocrity, and we win all day. It's the reason why they got mad when they were burning down our towns, is because they were mediocre. We were brilliant and resilient. We just got to tap into our brilliance, and we got to come together, because we can't do it alone. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And the only way we're going to be able to do it is together. So I also do what's called the Net 7 Nation. And the Net 7 Collective is where I coach Black women from all over the country, from all different walks of life. I'm going to bring my good girlfriend, April, up here so we can actually have a discussion. And you know what? Listen. Hey. Hi, what's up, April?
Hi. I'm sorry. I was brushing up on my credit score models. Do you have this book here?
April, I just got some in yesterday.
Did you?
I did.
Do you know that statistics show that if you do not have this book, you're poor?
I'm going to the All Black National Convention. I'll be speaking there next week. And so I had to load up on these. And you know what else I didn't have? Was the new version of Keeping Score. Wait, where is it? Oh, I just updated my new Keeping Score credit book. It's the 2025 version, which has all the latest.
It's a 2025 version?
2025. And I didn't even have not one, because I never had one. So now ordered some so I could take to the All Black National Convention. So when y'all are out, if you guys are going to the ABNC, April and I will be there. And make sure you pick up. Oh, that's the old Keeping Score.
I have the old Keeping Score. Listen, as long as I'm keeping score, honey, my scores are in. Amen.
Amen. In, up, around, through. But I was just sharing with them, April, about, Black businesses or Black women and all the things that all the things. Oh, I did it right?
No. You sound very much like, what's her name? Call me now.
For a free reading.
For a free reading.
April doesn't like my Jamaican accent.
Call me now for a free reading. $2 for the first minute, $45 each additional minute. For free.
April doesn't like my accent. April thinks just because she's married to a Jamaican, just because she knows how to do dance hall and she knows all the little lyrics to all of the reggae shit that she has, like.
Let me make this clear, honey. I do not know all the lyrics. Lord Jesus.
On the accents. But the other day I was saying, when you go to they said there's like little memes and jokes that says, if you go to a Caribbean restaurant and they aren't rude, exit immediately. So they say, we don't have that.
If they have food, don't eat there. Okay. You're like, wait.
If they ain't ran out.
Do you have any oxtail? Yeah. Oh no, I'm
no.
We're good. We're good. Look, I'm over there only going in for like spinach patties, and I'll go get food for my husband. So I'm like, can I get a spinach patty? And they'll be like, okay, cool. I'm like, wait a minute. Do y'all have beef patties? They're like, no, we're all out. Okay, cool.
We don't have that.
we don't have
that.
No.
You're a hater. Anyway, April, so today, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking all the things, love and relationships and hot topics, April.
Hot topics.
So these are the things that April and I just be talking about just when we're conversing and having normal conversations. Sometimes we get into highly debated, highly heated conversations.
They're lovely.
Yes. And I don't think, though they've experienced them here. Yes. Have we got into it?
Not on like the magnitude, but it's so funny whenever they're like, wait, no, you all have to love each other. We're like,
don't fight, guys. Don't fight.
We're not fighting.
Right.
We love each other.
In fact, she called me an asshole 2 days ago because she said something. And then, I remember what you said. You said, I ain't used to having nothing. That's what she said. She said, basically, y'all.
No, but that's not true.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
April said, strong enough for a man, but pH balance for a woman.
April said, I ain't used to having shit. So
Constance will hear one word. I'll be like, Constance, blah, 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 blah. And she'll be like, wait, what'd you say? Like I said, the sun is shining brightly outside.
April said, I
realized. Like, you didn't hear the rest of the whole thing that I said?
She said, I now understand why you like it, because you ain't used to having shit.
That is not what I said, you anal dwelling butt monkey. I never said those words.
You don't know that Black people do certain things, and so I get it now. I finally understand you. I was like, fuck you, and the horse you rode in on.
I'm sorry that I'm coughing and sounding like this, but Constance, go sit down.
That's basically what happened. She was like, "You ain't never had shit." So, and I was like, "Wait a minute!"
I
And then she called
never
me an
said
asshole.
those words.
And she called me an asshole, and then we changed the subject.
No, she changed the subject because I called her an asshole, which was a rightfully so thing to call her.
No, she said I used to have nothing. But anyway, I digress. So basically, when we have these conversations, you kind of get a little sneak peek of, just some topics that April and I tend to discuss when we're on the phone, FaceTiming like 24/7. So April, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. We were talking about relationships, and there was a video that I seen with Judge Lynn Toller.
Judge Toller.
Yeah, Judge Lynn Toller. So what's up, Double A? So she said something that I think it contrasts everything that we've heard or that we hear in these podcasts when they talk about the red pill, blue pill, and all those things, right? So it's like totally opposite of what most people are taught or what we hear. And I'm not sure how other people think this, because I know even I've been, let's look at it and then let's discuss, okay?
No money. Oh, but he loved me.
What more do you want from me?
It's a lot in black dating world, and I don't know if it's like this in the white dating world, but it's all about, are you high value? Are you an alpha male? Are you a beta male? What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? It's gotten very superficial. They had this guy named Kevin Samuels.
Listen, man.
And he used to give this, you just tell women, you're too fat, you'll never get anybody.
Yeah.
It's become very adversarial, at least in some areas of the black community, but they're not looking for what we were looking for. They want value, and I wanted companionship. We do so much time on the internet now, we are aggregating everybody else's angst by watching their sad stories, and then we're trying to prove a point, well, I'm high value and I can get this guy and that guy. They're comparing what kind I got, how much, how good I got, how much money I got, how pretty I am, and, is my guy an alpha guy, and I don't date guys with under $100,000. My husband had 4 kids from his first wife. He had no money, but he loved me. And look, I made more money now because I made a guy who made less than I did and was never going to make as much as I did. But he and I ended up doing quite well because he was the brother I needed.
That's a bar.
He couldn't have done it without me, and I couldn't have done it without him. That's when you've hit the jackpot.
That's a bar.
Bars.
Bars. So what do you think, April? Because I know I've been one to say that, I ain't trying to build no dude, and they have to have this certain criteria. They have to at least have a minimum, income level. For me, it's not even about they got to make a certain amount. It's just they have to have the ability to do certain things. I don't want to be struggling. Like I've worked very hard to not struggle. So what do you think her points are valid? Should we?
100%.
Because listen, Tyler Perry said, ladies, y'all need to just be happy that these men is helping you pay the light bill. Like, are we setting the bar that low to where we should just be accepting anything?
No. What Tyler Perry said to me is BS, right? I don't think that we should be happy just to have whatever, just like a man shouldn't be happy just to have whatever. But I do think that we put too much emphasis on he has to have this, that, and the third. And I'll give you an example. Of a friend of mine. A friend of mine used to be a garbage truck, a garbage guy, and doing really well. I mean, making over 6 figures. And I'm like, dang, garbage men make over 6 figures like that, and doing very well in the DMV. And then when he made overtime, he just had money just falling out of his behind because he didn't have any additional bills. He was paying, all of his bills were paid up. He was doing very well for himself. So the average woman would be like, I'm not dating a garbage man because he's a garbage man.
That's stupid.
But it's true. Then you look at people who own the garbage company and you ask them, what do you do for a living? I'm a garbage man. Oh, that's beneath me. But he owns the company. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like oftentimes we don't even give men a chance. And I think that that's where the problem lies. We don't give them an opportunity to not explain themselves, because I mean, like you should already come being who you are, so you shouldn't have to explain yourself, but giving them an opportunity to show who they are or prove who they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I was talking to this guy. I mean, there's this guy I met, right? and I met him at this golfing thing,
Mhm.
and I thought he was a caddy.
Mhm.
And I just thought like he was just there like helping people. And so I was like, he was cute, he was nice, we kind of had a little vibe or whatever. And I was thinking to myself, he's nice, I like him, what am I gonna do with a caddy? So in my mind, but
Mhm.
I still had conversations with him or whatever. Turns out he's a doctor.
Mhm.
He was just kind of helping teach golf. He wasn't even a caddy. And so that, like, had I had that opinion, I would have never knew that he was actually a doctor
Mhm.
and not a caddy. And I think a lot of people block their blessings because they don't know that you might own the garbage company. It might not be, and out here, this is so in California, the garbage companies are owned by the city. So
Okay.
out here, they're actually owned by individuals.
Right.
A lot of Black businesses, Black people have these contracts with the city to do the garbage. So they are making a freaking killing.
And they're the garbage men.
And they're the garbage men. So I mean, that's one thing. But like, what about, she said her husband had 4 kids and he was basically broke.
Okay. But the blessing, again, going back to who we are, we're women, right? We pour into, like, you give us something and we'll multiply it.
Sure.
And I think I think we have forgotten what we are capable of doing as women. And we say, I don't want to have to do any work. No matter what, you can have a man who's absolutely perfect.
That's true.
Who comes with all of the things. You still don't have to put some work into him, because
Right.
that's what your role is. Your role is to help your man, right? Or help whoever it is. It doesn't matter. It's not your man. Help whoever. You know what I mean? Like, that is who we are as women. And so
it's really about mindset, though, because
it is.
if their mind is primed, they want to, they have a desire, they're motivated. Because listen, I was there too. Because when you look at your past, and because it's like, I don't want to do this shit again. But
there you go. You made a perfect point. Where is your head? Is your head saying, I can't do any more than what I'm doing right now? And if that's where your head is, then that's where you're going to stay. I'm not going to be your woman. You know what I mean? And it's funny because, like, talking to my husband, the things that he has accomplished before we met, and he's like, I've accomplished these things before we met, and this is where I am today, and this is where I will go. You know what I mean? You don't have to go anywhere as far as I'm concerned. I'm very happy with where you are right now. But the fact that in your mind, you see growth. My role as your wife is to help elevate you and get you exactly where you want to be. Mm-hmm. And I think that we, as women, have forgotten our role as the multipliers.
Okay, but is you dating a guy who works at McDonald's, who's flipping burgers at McDonald's? And for you ladies that are watching, are you dating the guy who's flipping burgers at Burger King?
You're going too far. You're going too far behind. So let's just say let's go to.
I want to know people, the people in the chat. Are y'all dating the dude that works at McDonald's? Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say you as a woman are working at a law firm, right? And you are at the highest level, same age as maybe the intern that's coming in. And you're like, I'm not going to date him because he's the intern. But 9 times out of 10, that intern might be working with the mindset of, I'm about to be a partner. Mm. You get what I'm saying? Like, and will become a partner, and you'll be big mad when he becomes a partner and he's not interested in you. You're going to be like, well, why is he interested in Sarah down the hall? Well, because Sarah gave him all of the attention when he was just an intern.
Well, they're not supposed to be fraternizing with other employees that work with them anyway, so they can't do that anyway.
Listen, let me tell you how Sarah Demarcus.
Who's that?
The intern.
Right. So Maria said, is this the McD's franchise owner in training, or is he just flipping burgers? He's just flipping burgers, but he got big dreams that he want to own a McDonald's one day. He don't got no plans, but he got dreams. Is you dating him? Here's the difference, though. What if I'm dating a woman that works at McDonald's? This is a big difference, because I know men who make a lot of money, they don't care if their women are working at McDonald's, because they're like, I don't need your money anyway. So whether she works at McDonald's or wherever, I'm okay with that. A lot of men don't care about that, but men are the providers. So how you provide for me? with a McDonald's salary. I
Men
used to
are the
call myself
providers,
the character.
women are the multipliers.
Say that
So
again.
men are the providers, women are the multipliers.
Mm-hmm.
If we are going to make, if you're going to give me that money, whatever it is, working at McDonald's or working at whatever. So I agree with James. Like, okay, well, what if it's the other way around? Either way, there's work that got to be put in, and I think that's what people just forget.
But it's different. So that's another thing. So all of this equal opportunity nonsense that we've been subjected to over the last 50 years about men and women being equal, we're not. And men are naturally stronger. They should be stronger. They're supposed to be the providers. And so we cannot say, well, y'all want to be equal. And so y'all got to do 50-50. But you want to do 50-50 on the bills, but you don't want to do 50-50 on the household. And then you're like, okay, well, she needs to, make all, it's okay if I'm slacking because she got it. She making the money. And like, it's okay for you to make less as long as you're working together. You're not counterproductive to the household. And then you're trying. It's really about mindset. It's really about mindset.
It is.
Because if you're just stuck in your ways and you don't want to do nothing else, I have nothing for you. You can do nothing. No. G4 said, I used to focus on someone with good character and someone I can build with, i.e. education, finances, family, communities. Do you still focus on that or is that over? Like you just want the money? Because the values have changed based upon social media. The values have changed. Mm-hmm. What people are looking for. And there's too much. Like I even listen to my daughter sometimes because she listens to all of these podcasts and things and what the expectations are and all that stuff. And so they've also been indoctrinated with this foolishness. At this age, at your young age, she's like, I don't want nobody. No, listen, you're building. You're 20 something years old. Neither one of y'all got shit. Mm-hmm. What you want and desire is much different than I want and desire at damn near 50. So like the indoctrination is real. Bingo, it's not different. Why is it not different, James? It absolutely is different. It's very much different because men, what did April say? Men are the providers. Women are the what?
Multipliers.
That part.
But I will say that as it relates to the whole bingo, it's not different. Lord Jesus, I had a thought, and this is my problem because I'm looking at one other thing. I was trying to find something because you started talking. Okay. There's a young lady. She's, what is her name? Young. Yeah, not single, young something and selfish. Right. And she was crying, talking about, I have a perfect husband. My husband is great. My husband is this. My husband is that. Perfect provider. We travel all the time. We do all the things. And she's unhappy. And I'm like, people don't realize that you can have all of the things, the perfect man, excuse me, everything that looks so great. And he does not stimulate anything in you. There was a guy who was talking about it. He was like, what she doesn't understand is she just doesn't love her husband. She was in love with the idea of the marriage. She was in love with all of the things that she saw on social media that someone created and told her this is what you're supposed to have. But no, you're like, there needs to be something in that marriage that says this is the person for you. We keep looking for, he has to have the perfect body. He has to have the perfect this. All of those things can be changed. You know what I mean? He can lose the weight.
So I'm going to go back to this perfect body thing because April be shooting me because I say I don't want a fat dude.
No, that's not that I don't with you. I'm not talking about you, so stay out of it. This ain't about you. It ain't all, no. No, I'm not talking about you per se. Well, this is hilarious, y'all. Did anybody screenshot that? Because that was a good pause that we had with Constance. Anyway, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying in general, like, you have a lot of women who say, oh my God, he doesn't look the way I want him to look. There was a man that I saw on social media recently. Very unattractive man, no shade. Very unattractive. And when I tell you that man lost his weight, started working out, and he is just a nice piece of man candy. I'm like, and you got all the women on his chat talking about, oh my gosh, look at him. Like, I would love to have a piece of that. Of course you would. He's beautiful. But you
But
weren't
who
even
wants to be with anybody that they're not attracted to? That's the number one thing that you're going to look at.
You
Am
can
I attracted to him?
no, but here's the thing where I agree. But we're going off of what somebody looks like, right? If
That's
you
the person that
notice,
draws you to a person, unless you
that's
meet them
right.
over the phone and maybe you've had conversations and you start feeling them that way. But the first thing you're going to look at is the physicality.
100%. But do you notice that like work relationships end up on the rise, and one of the people is very much not attractive because the two of them been talking for the longest time. They've learned about each other. They've grown to really like each other. And once that starts, you don't see the person's outward appearance anymore.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, beauty fades. I mean,
Right.
one day this is not going to be as beautiful. No, I'm just joking. But let's just be real here. Like we've seen that those people who are not, a lot older, and we're like, how that used to be that? Yes.
Right. No, I would love to be able to I would love to be able to find someone that I have a soul and a heart connection with, even if they weren't attractive, but I can't get past the looks first. Like who can? Who wants to be with anybody unattractive? I don't think anybody wants to be with anybody that they're not attracted to, but I would love to be able to have somebody on that core April, where's your camera? Okay. On that core cellular level where, you have this heart thing, right? This heart connection. I would love that. I mean, I want them to be attractive, of course, but I would love to like connect with somebody on that level, beyond looking at the looks. I think that would be dope. But I can't get past the looks.
You can't get past the looks because you don't give yourself a chance to get to know the person.
Yeah,
and that's what I keep saying. Like
that's most of us, though.
That's why I say date everybody. Date everybody, because one day you're like, oh my gosh. I always talk about my husband. I swiped right. So I met my husband on social media. I swiped
dating app.
Yes. I said social media, didn't I? I swiped right on him first, meaning I found him very attractive, right? But he was not my type. Okay. So I'm like, I find him attractive. He's not my type. I only swiped right on people that I found attractive. But after a while, if I only went off of my type, I would never date. You know what I mean? Because I would have just been going through the same group of guys that I'm like, okay, this is my type. This is my type. This is my type. My type was a hoe. You know what I mean? Like, my type was a hoe. And 90% of the women who are like, that's my type. Yeah, he's everybody's type. He's a hoe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my thing is that we keep focusing on this. And then if you go out on more dates, go date. Date everybody you can. Who said G Ford? Date. And you start to learn like, oh, okay, this person is actually interesting.
Like a lot of work. It sounds.
Yes, everything is work. Marriage is work. My anniversary was yesterday.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. And I swear on everything good and holy, I love that man's dirty draws. Like, he makes me genuinely happy, right? He gets on my last and final nerve. Trust me, you know all about it. This man gets on my last and final nerve. My husband identifies as a certified asshole.
Everybody's an asshole.
You're definitely one too. But with all of that, like, I love his flaws. You know what I mean?
And you wouldn't have met him had you not swiped right. If you were only looking for your type, is that your point?
100%. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even my type is funny now because what was considered my type back in the day, I'm like, oh, I mean, he's all right. You know what I mean? But I see my husband, I'm like, hey, how you?
So here's the thing for me though, like, so April always talks about date, do all that stuff, and me, it's just like so much work to go out there and just. So I was on the dating app and I was doing 3 a days when I first moved out here. I was doing like 3 dates a day, and I was just dating all kinds of people, and so funny, April. I was doing 3 days. Anyway, I was just like really dating all kind of people, and it was just overwhelming. It was like overwhelming and It was overwhelming and underwhelming. Why are you laughing, April?
Because you did so many 3 days.
What? What?
You did so many 3 days. You did so many 3 days. Dated so many people. 3 days.
I was doing 3 days. I was meeting them for breakfast,
Lunch,
and dinner.
so many, all the time, every day.
By that I mean I did 1 3 in a day. I did 1 3 in a day, but I did go out on a lot of dates. I met a lot of guys. I talked to a lot of people. I did a lot of talking, and what I've learned is that I don't want to do that. And so I figure like the dating app is just so overwhelming and then they all look the same. Let me tell you, all the guys that I end up, they all look the same. They pretty much do. They all have this look.
Because that's who you're attracted to.
And so it's just like they all, everybody, So it's like, I just rather meet somebody the natural way. If I'm out.
Which is good. Definitely. And how often do you go out, Constance?
Kyle said something. My daughter said something like that last night. I said, I'm sick of you, Vaughn, and April lying on me because I'm out. I'm outside. I go out.
Yes.
I do. I just don't go out every day of the week. But, when I first moved out here, I went out a lot. Now, I love being in my house.
And I'm sure you'll meet a very nice man there.
But I go out on weekends. I do go out on weekends. Most weekends. A lot of weekends. Some weekends. I do go. So you listen, if he gonna come, he gonna come. But I don't want to just be out there. This is too much. It's too much, April. It's too much.
Wait, what G4 just said?
What? She said she did 2 or 3 a day at one point in college. I learned so much about me. Really?
You do. You learn so much about yourself.
It's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot of work. But the thing is that you stop dating to just be in a relationship, or you stop dating just so you can, I don't know, just to be dating, and you really start to learn about people. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
Look at this whack ass comment. I'm big on physical attraction too, but someone said, that's a masculine trait to prioritize. Okay, you didn't say that. I'm sorry. I feel like men can have a type and it's okay, but women are supposed to get past the looks.
You know what? Where I agree with that too. I don't think that you should get past the looks. I don't think that you should just go out with just anybody, right? No shade, but I don't care how much money he has. I would not ever be in a relationship with Jay-Z. Right? Like
really?
No. I feel like he has all the swag in the world, but he doesn't have a look that I could be like, ooh, like I would not have swiped right on Jay-Z. Especially Jay-Z with the hair.
He looked like his breath doesn't smell great. So,
because people, I want swag. Like I want you to have that energy. I want you to have that masculine energy. So no, I'm not gonna get past your looks. Like I'm not just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna go date somebody that is a complete turnoff, because I still do have to sleep with him. You know what I mean? But,
like gagging, throwing up.
Right. No, I'm not saying that. Well, what I am saying is you definitely want to, you don't only want to look at your type. And I think that that's what we end up doing.
I don't have a type though.
So let's go on to the next one. So
same guy. They want him to have money, have swag, be attractive, and all of that. Now I might have 10 of those guys, then I have 3,000 women. So just from that type of guy, there's just not enough to go with every person. Also, the things everybody's saying they want our grandma's love, like she just said, y'all don't know what grandma went through to keep that love. I would be happy by myself, taking care of myself before I tolerate your BS. So I say all that to say, if you really want to be a wife, character is all that matters. Not money, not height. Is this man going to be there for you on your dying bed? If you couldn't walk tomorrow, would he wipe your behind? Those are the only components, and that's how women will run the game again. Because we put out there, you gotta be attractive, because you gotta have money, those men are acting up and they acting like a damn fool because they know they got so many women that want them. Just date. Like, you know, people are like, Kendra, I need a man, and the Uber driver dropped him off. Well, was the Uber driver nice? Just go for coffee, girlfriend. It's just coffee. Like, you never know, because that Uber driver might be an Uber driver, but maybe saving to make his own fleet, and maybe you're the sauce that can help him market it. A lot of marriages really are partnerships. Like, we just think the man's the head of the house, but maybe it was the woman's idea, he executed. And a lot of women who are powerhouse, I know she said you don't might want to build a man, and I get that, but you might also have no man to build. Either you can have a no man or invisible man or yourself. Like, you got to pick out of it. It's just the real talk.
Pick one, sis. No man, invisible man. Are those our only choices? You're muted.
No, those are not our only choices. But it's true though. She was saying the person who gave you a ride, you know, you just completely discounted the Uber driver because he's an Uber driver. But you don't know what's going on at home. You don't know what he's saving for. You don't know if he has a sick child, a sick mother, a sick whatever, and he's just trying to have that extra money just to do whatever. You don't know what this
I've
situation is.
never been in a car with a handsome Uber guy. Ever.
Really?
Never.
I can say that I have, but it's been a while. You're right. It's been a while, but I have.
Oh, I have one time. Girl. So I'm actually with a person. I was in Texas, or was in Dallas with someone. And the guy who was driving me, he was okay. So there's a strip club called Palomino's in Vegas that me and my girlfriends used to go to every time we was in Vegas. So they would have midnight and they would have women night. Sophia, Shantae and them know about that because we went there one night with them. Anyway, so they would get like the owner, who was the owner of Palomino, he was actually my Uber driver, and he had moved to Texas, but then it was like around the pandemic. And then he was opening up a strip club out in Texas, but then because of the pandemic, he had spent like $30,000 on, you know, the building and all that stuff. So then he had to find himself driving an Uber, but he was really handsome. And the person I was with kind of got jealous because I'm talking to him I'm like, oh my God, you're the owner of Palomino. He was like, yeah, them dudes was acting up. They was getting naked and everything. And we was getting all kind of, so we had thought Palomino got closed down for men because of some kind of law, but it they was back there doing stuff that they weren't supposed to be doing with the lap dances. So that's why this is what he told me. That's the reason why they changed it over to just women only.
Have you all seen the TV show? What is it? Queens of
Queens Court? With Eva.
Yes.
So
they do all the things that they do on that show.
Yeah. So now, Sophia, it's women only, but it used to be men, and they used to have this guy. I forgot the dude's name. He did this thing with a pineapple. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, he did this thing with a pineapple and a hot dog bun.
Oh my.
All the queens men. Yeah. Anyway,
queen
attractive. I digress. I was the only attractive Uber driver that I seen. Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, no, I feel like I like it when we were talking about standards. And in my head, when you said, but I have to have standards. In my head, I'm thinking you're talking about he has to look this way, he has to, you know, dress this way, he like all of the outer things. And then when we had the conversation deeper, you were like, he has to put, you know, be able to care about me, you know, look out for me, you know,
giver, like, yeah, like be honest.
Yes, like those. I'm like, okay, that yes.
We gotta take a man just because he's a man. No,
and that's what I'm saying. But and whoever said it before, talking about it on the other side, I feel that it's the same way as it relates to women. The problem is that the majority of men really just focus on visual, and that's unfortunate because there's so many women that end up losing out because so many men just focus on visual. And I'm like, you could have a woman who could treat you like the king that you are, who, you know, could do all the things for you, but you don't want to go past her looks. And the one good thing is that a woman can go past looks
You
and
got to
end
be
up
turned
getting.
on by the person. So if you're not turned on, if you're not, there has to be something that's pulling you. You know, so I'm just gonna be with somebody that I'm not physically attracted to.
I'm not
I
saying
know you
not
can get
physically
past that.
attracted
I
to
know
you.
that you can. I know that you can connect with somebody and get past that, but you got to get past that first.
But I'm talking about, like, I'll give you another example. I have a friend, a good friend. I've known her for 150 years. He's like, yo, this fat chick was trying to holler at me. I looked over at the woman. When I tell you, drop dead gorgeous, beautiful woman, not fat, very thick. You know what I mean? But he likes a pencil. Okay. And I'm like, I'm not mad at what you like, but you're blocking your blessing for something that can very well do all the things that you would want her to do as your boo, as your wife, as your girlfriend, whatever. You are blocking all of that. Now I've seen some of the women that have hit on him, and I'm like, yeah, leave her alone, or what's wrong with her? You know what I mean? But when we were out, I'm like, yo, you're missing out on this beautiful piece of amazingness just because he's like, nah, she got to be a 10.
Oh,
Okay, you're not a 10.
right, that part.
You're not
That
a 10.
That part.
And
That part. And that's not the expectation. There just has to be some kind of synergy, energy, attraction that you have to have between you. That's just the bottom line. So I don't even know that it's based upon looks, because some of the people that I've talked to, you don't think that they're attractive, April. So that doesn't, just because they're attractive to you doesn't mean that they have to be a standard of beauty. They're just who you're attracted to. So that doesn't mean, right?
Facts, I guess. I mean, what I think is pretty standard.
What?
What I think is pretty standard. So, like, what you consider attractive is just rare.
Anyway, but there's some so we have some inboxes that a couple of people have sent. If you are on Facebook, join our group called Stay Woke, and you can post a question. You can post it anonymously if you don't want us to know who you are, or you can send me or April a DM asking us, and we'll read it on here, live here.
Well, it depends on what you're talking about, because some of y'all might be don't get a little too extra with it. Okay, get extra. I don't care.
Yeah, April wants all the juice. What was the first one we got?
Okay, all right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all ready for this? 3 years ago, I was engaged to a man I thought I was going to spend forever with. We had a wedding date, colors, and even a custom hashtag. Meet the Masons. Long story short, the wedding never stopped. We broke up after I found out he was texting his friend a little too much. Fast forward to last week. I'm scrolling on Instagram and boom, there they are, married. The friend is now the wife. Girl. And guess what? Hashtag they use. Meet the Masons. Ciao, bye. Ciao, bye. Sorry. The same color palette.
Oh.
The same location. We too.
Oh.
Sis even had the nerve to tag me in a throwback picture of all three of us together like we were friends or something.
Oh, yeah. She trolling.
I'm hurt, embarrassed, and low-key enraged. My friends say at least you dodged a bullet. But this feels like a public slap in the face. Should I let it go or go all the way off?
Go all the way off, like show up at the... Oh, no, they're already married.
They're already married.
So what would you do?
I need to hear what you would do first, because...
Beat ass, like Sophia. Beat ass. Beat that ass. Beat that ass. Beat that ass. Beat that ass.
Child. Okay, let me tell you something. It's a friend.
No, it said his friend. Was it her friend?
Hold on, let me go back. Yes, I thought. So it was his friend
that he was side texting.
Yeah, he found out. We broke up.
So how long after they broke up did they get married?
Friend. Huh?
How long after they broke up? Did they
I
get
guess
married?
she said 3 years ago. So this was 3 years ago.
Mm. So now,
Girl,
so I mean, yeah, you know what? I'm with you, Naomi. Let it go and don't look back. Because does she still have feelings for him? Like what?
I mean, I'm about to marry you, so there's feelings. There's gonna be feelings there, right?
Yeah.
Like it. I hate them when people like just whatever. That's why I always say the best way to get over a man is to get under a new one. Okay, that's real.
Doesn't work.
It always works. I promise you. You just have to get under the right one. True. But in this particular situation, no, I wouldn't be able to get over it just like that. I mean, it's 3 years later, so maybe. But I promise you on everything good and holy, at least I would find them and slap them at least one time. And then I would move
But
on.
at this point, she's the wife. So really
She's the wife. I'm still gonna slap them. I'm gonna find them and slap them, and then I'll move on with my life.
You think she'll feel better?
Yes, I always feel good after I done slap somebody.
Because at the end of the day, like she got her man and they're living happily ever after. I'm with you, D Ford. I'm with you. Like I wouldn't even give it the energy. I would try to move on. The best way to move on is to move on and not give a whole lot of energy, because what you focus on the longest becomes the strongest. So if you
I concur. That's why I would go there, slap them just one time, and then I would be able to move on. You see what I'm saying?
But if you give any energy, you just light a fire to it, and it's going to hurt you more. It's going to hurt them, I think.
No, well, it might hurt my hand a little bit.
I think it'll hurt you. Like they'll be like, and it probably will bring them closer. It'll probably bring them closer.
Whatever, somebody.
And then they'll call you crazy.
And that's all right. Somebody getting slapped.
All right, there's another one. Where is it at? I've been with this man for 4 years. In the beginning, it was everything. Is this the one? Oh yeah. He loved me, supported my dreams, and even helped me when I got laid off during the pandemic. When he lost his job, I stepped up, let him move in, put a car in my name for him, and even co-signed a credit card. Fast forward to now, the car got repossessed. The credit card is maxed out with missed payments, and my score has dropped over 100 points. We broke up 6 months ago after I found out he was also helping his homegirl, get her business off the ground using my money. This stuff can't be real. This cannot be real.
Hold on.
Now, here's the kicker. He recently reached out, apologized, said he's found God and wants my help getting his credit together because I know all about that stuff. My friend said I should block him and move on, but a part of me still cares. And honestly, don't know what to do. Am I being petty or protecting my peace? Should I help him or tell him to figure it out like I had to?
Whew, that's a good question. I would say, oh, you know what? I would help him.
Would you help him do what?
I'd help him drag his credit right back down even lower than what it is.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog. It's a no. She still cares about him, and he just used her before. He's going to use her to get his credit stuff back up, and then he's going to be on his way again. Like when somebody shows you who they are, what do?
Believe him.
Absolutely. So I would absolutely not give this Negro the time of day after he done messed up my credit, got the car repossessed, helping his homegirl using my money. What? Hell no. The fuck? I could no. That kind of got me messed up. Block his ass. Block him. Change your phone number. Change your address. He should not ever have access to you ever.
Access. Keep going, Constance. I was trying to get my words.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, no. I got a little upset about that, little April. Like, what?
Yes, because
you got me all the way messed up. So let's look at this last video. And I know you got to get, that's why we came early, because April got to go to. April, are you getting an award today?
No, I'm not getting an award today.
You're going to an award ceremony?
I'm going to a real estate luncheon.
Oh, I thought you was going to an
where
award
I
ceremony.
won't have anything to lunch on.
Why?
Because they don't ever have anything for people like myself.
Oh yeah, you are in Augusta. You know, like in California, they would have said, "Hey, do you have any dietary restrictions?" But when you're in the country, they expect everybody to want some fried hog maws and greens and fatback and stuff. So
Collard greens and cornbread.
yeah, collard green cornbread. Let's look at this last one from K. Michelle.
Do our men create real homes? I'm looking at a successful Black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on Black family. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a Black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, Black men, I got to my Black men to really step up for Black women and create families.
Yeah.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking Black women. And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes. They're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool. And I'm asking you, other successful Black men, to be, you have to set an example as leads. The cute social media back and forth on Black women. We are consistently creating the cycle of kids who can't come home and see their daddy there. And they see their mama sad at night. At what point is the successful Black man in this world going to step in and really create structure? I see white men doing it every day.
Can I call bullshit? Can I call bullshit? I call bullshit on the last thing that she said. Can you just go all the way back to it? Just go to the last line that she said.
At point in the Black community, do our men create real homes?
You can't go to the end. At the end, she says, because white men, pretty much white men create families on a regular basis. White men create families all day or whatever, something like that. And I'm like, really? Because Robert De Niro has 7 children with multiple women. Mick Jagger has 8 children with 4 different women. Elon Musk has 14 children with 3 different women. Clint Eastwood has 8 children with 6 different women. Rod Stewart, 8 children, 5 different women. Stop it. I'm sorry to say that it's no shade. It's a man thing, not necessarily a Black man thing. So what we have to do is figure out what is it that we're not teaching our sons when they are sons, right? That's the conversation that we need to be having. We need to be teaching our daughters how to say this, how to focus on a creating a structured environment that makes a man want to stay. And we need to teach our sons how to create an environment where he wants to stay in, and to find the right woman. We need to teach them about marriage as children. We don't do that. We teach the daughters about children. We teach the sons about going and doing whatever you want.
Right.
Bullshit. I get so tired of hearing people say the Black man did it. No, whose problem is it? It's ours. These are the children we created because we created these babies, and we didn't say, you know what, one day you're going to be a husband. And when you grow up and you have children of your own, and you are with the wife that you have chosen to raise your children, like people say, perhaps he's talking about they can afford 25 kids. If they can afford 25 kids, have 25 kids. Then do like they do in other countries. Have all 25 kids and all 25 baby mamas under the same roof. If you can afford it, make it happen.
Well, Nick Cannon did admit, I know recently he did admit that perhaps having all those kids by those different women was not the best choice, because he cannot be there for all those children. He cannot be in the same household. And it does require two parents to raise children. What's dude's name? Cam Newton. Same thing. He has 7 and 5 or whatever with one, and then he has 2 or 3 more with the new one. He cannot be a real present father if he's trying to split his time between 2 households. So that is true. And one thing that I think G Ford said is, we are only concerned about our culture, best wishes to the other culture. True. But when we compare, that's the problem.
That's my problem.
Is that, we do have this. This is a problem. It's a real problem in our community. We got to create strong households. Like, people look at me, they be like, oh, you're a single mom, you got 4 kids. I was married for 23 years. So I was married. I am now divorced. And now I'm a single mother. And I'm basically raising all 4 still, even though 3 of them are adults. But
and we're not only concerned with our culture, because, sorry to tell you this, I don't know if you're aware, but Black men make Black babies with other races, with other cultures. Those are still a part of those. That's still a part of us. So they still need to learn properly. Sorry,
right.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good. But I was just saying that, we got to be really, the Black family, the breakdown of the Black family, it started happening in about 50 years ago, when you had Black men not being able to get jobs, Black women having to get on welfare. And then in order for them to get on welfare, they could not have a man in the house, and they had to separate. And so now you have the Black man outside of the family. This has been a systemic issue for the last 50 years that has grown. And then that's the thing about the oppressors. They'll throw a rock and hide their hand. They'll separate our families, and then they'll say, why is your family separated? Well, you've made it impossible because you hold the jobs, and you would not give our men jobs. You hold the system. And now you're saying that the Black man can't be in a house with a Black woman if we're getting some type of help or support. So you want us to be out in the streets. Like, what can we do? And so now here's the result, 2025, or in the 2000s, that you have all the separation of these households, which is very unfortunate. But again, there's a great awakening. The brilliant Donald Trump, I'll call him brilliant because he's so fucking stupid, has awakened the minds of Black people, I believe. And I believe we are going to be more intentional about working together. All the separation, like all the shit that we see on social media right now with the red pill and the blue pill, the men against the women, this is all Willie Lynch. This is the digital age Willie Lynch. This is the internet Willie Lynch. And so what needs to happen is, we are under attack, Black people. We got no choice but to come together and work together so that we can build our strong communities, because they are attacking us, and it's blatant and it's in our face. It's no longer, in secret, in dark, in policies. They're doing it. They're in DC right now patrolling Black neighborhoods. DC has been gentrified. They're not going to any other neighborhoods. It is a very clear attack on our presence. So that means we got to wake up, stop fighting against each other, stop all this bullshit, and we got to come together. That's what I do. Any final words, April, before you get out of here? Because you got to go.
I have so many words to use, but I will say real quick, ladies, we have the Net 7 Nation that's going to be launching very soon. Just look out for that. Be on the lookout for that. Net 7, the Net 7 Collective, ladies and gentlemen, if you have ladies that can benefit from it, or if you need, if someone has a focus, desire, but maybe doesn't, if they have the desire, but they lack focus, or the ability, maybe I'll say, if you join Net 7, I promise you, if you don't have it right now, you'll get it. Okay. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read and talk at the same damn time.
Are you distracted? Because I'm reading.
I am. In addition to that, make sure you all follow me. Follow me everywhere. April Sampé, April Sampe. Also, if you all are looking to purchase any homes,
you don't have your thing on. You don't have your.
I don't, because I don't know how I even joined. If you all are looking for a new home, if you are looking for anything in particular, investments, things of that nature, you can follow me, go to April Foster Properties anywhere. You can also go to my website, aprilfosterproperties.com, and we can have a wonderful, heartfelt conversation. I look forward to talking to all of you. Also, Constance, You want to tell them anything else? I know you want to do the video for Net 7 Nation. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to say goodbye to all of you. I love you. I'm not even lying. Not this time. Be beautiful. Be blessed. And be out.
Bye, April. Love you.
Bye.
So that's my girl. That's my home girl. And as soon as I get off the phone, I'm off here. We're going to talk again. But anyway, I know God on the soapbox, but this is something that I'm so passionate about is just the Black family, Black wealth, Black success, Black health, all of the things that affect us primarily. And again, it's all systemic. So that's why we have to, I love having these conversations because it shines a light on a lot of different opinions. But I think at the end of the day, we got to get to be one, have one talking point, be of one mindset. I know we're not a monolith, but in terms of building the community, just like other communities do, just like the Asian community do, we got to stop letting people come in and infiltrate, our homes and our communities. And we got to take charge. We got to take our families back. We got to take our wealth back. They are intentionally right now, Washington, D.C., they're in Deanwood area. They're not in they ain't in none of the other areas in DC, which have been overly gentrified. They're in the Black community. So there is a all out war on us, on minorities, on Hispanics too, with ICE. So there's an all out war against everything that's not white. And so what do we have to do? We got to stop fighting. We got to start uniting. We got to start coming together. We got to start building, because until we do, we are going to be at their mercy. They're going to win. And we know we have the dumbest people in office, the dumbest people in power. Like the Republicans they're dumb. They have to cheat. They have to lie. They have to steal. They have to do that. It's white mediocrity. So the way we do it is that we work together. So be intentional about who you do business with, who you share things with, who you build with, all of that. Be very intentional. It doesn't mean that you got to be anti anything else. I'm not telling you to be prejudiced against anybody. I'm not telling you to be quote unquote racist against anybody. I'm not telling you to do any of those things. I'm telling you, just be intentional about building, because if we don't, we will be looking like Gaza. We will be destroyed. It will be, all out genocide, which has been over the last, 100 years or 400 years. But it's getting more and more clear and more blatant that is on the top of the agenda. So we got to recognize that, y'all. We got to recognize that. And that's like she was saying about the Net 7 Nation. That's what I do when I coach Black women from all over the country. I do it through the Net 7 Collective and the Net 7 Nation. Now, what is the Net 7 Collective? The Net 7 Collective is a group of women that I personally coach from all over the country, from all walks of life. They're women who want better for their lives. They're not necessarily bosses, but they're bosses in their own right. They believe in investing in themselves. They believe in building their community. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They want more for themselves, for their family. They want to leave a legacy, and they want to increase their net worth to 7 figures. Those are the people that I personally coach. And then we're expanding to the Net 7 Nation, which is our local chapters where we're going out into the communities. So we're meeting, but we're also going out to the community so we can really make an impact, because of all those systemic things going on. In order for us to really make an impact, is we got to insulate. We got to go out to the communities. We got to build our families. We got to work together. That African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, work together. We got to work together. And so that's the reason why I've created all the programs that I created. So the Net 7 Nation, we're starting our first meeting on September 1st. If you don't know, you better get involved. For all of those, for each chapter that we have, the first 10 people who join per each chapter is automatically an ambassador. And what is an ambassador? That's someone who is going to be, looked at as a leader inside the group. Somebody who gets $25 for every person that they refer. Someone that kind of helps and who has first opportunity at leadership opportunities inside the group. We have so far we have over 20 countries, women from over 20 countries, including the United States. Women from over 20 countries have expressed interest in the Net 7 Nation. So this is not just the United States. It's women in several countries in Africa, South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria. It's women from the islands. It's women from Denmark, from France, from Switzerland, who've expressed interest in the Net 7 Nation. They want to be a part of this movement, because this movement is much bigger than us individually. We cannot fight the powers that be individually. We got to do it together. And so that's the beauty of it. And that's the reason why I'm doing it. And so just so you can know a little bit about my journey, about my story, this is what happened.
I never thought I'd be starting over. After over 20 years of marriage,
4 beautiful children, and building the largest Black-owned real estate firm in California. I thought I finally arrived. Life was good. I was making money. I had a team, investments, a mortgage company. Everything I had worked for, prayed for, bled for, I'd built with my own hands. And then my whole world shifted. Divorce hit me like a wrecking ball. So I abruptly packed up my life. I left my business and I moved across the country. Not because I had it all figured out, because I needed some space to breathe. And what most people don't know is I was able to walk away and take a 2-year break because I had built passive income. That's what freedom looks like. Having my money work for me when I couldn't even work for myself. And during that time of stillness, I prayed, I fasted, I asked God, what's now? That's when he gave me the vision for Net 7 Collective. I looked around and I realized most of the people who worked for me were Black women. My tribe, my circle, all Black women. And I saw what we needed. We needed wealth. We needed healing. We needed options. We needed each other. I wanted to empower women who looked like me, who had given their all to everybody else, to finally pour into themselves, to build businesses, to invest, to write books, to own something. And baby, they did. Over 80 women all across the country and even globally had increased their net worth. They grew new income streams and they stepped into their power that they didn't even know that they had. But beyond the money, they found sisterhood. And now we're building Net 7 Nation because this movement is bigger than just a cohort. This is grassroots. This is legacy. And if you're a Black woman or you know one who's ready to get free, not just financially, but spiritually, emotionally, generationally, it's time. Welcome to Net 7 Nation.
So this is my passion project. So if you are a Black woman or you know a Black woman, either have them contact me at bookwithconstance.com and we can talk about being a part of the Net 7 Collective, which is our inner circle, or you can go to Net 7 Nation where they'll be part of the entire nation, and which we're all excited about. All the chapter leaders, we're all excited. We've been meeting and just planning some really great curriculum for all of you. And so for those of you who've already signed up, welcome to the family. And then for those who are looking to sign up, we want you. We want you, sis. We want you to be a part of the fold. So, there's no criteria other than being a Black woman and a positive Black woman. So one of the things that I told the ladies that I'm coaching right now is that I have a 0 tolerance policy for bullshit. It's what you're going to know. I don't play when it comes to energy and synergy. I don't play when it comes to my community. My business, at Catalyst, like as soon as like some drama came, like I nipped that shit in the bud. I don't play that because the energy is extremely important. The synergy is extremely important. And so, anybody who's a troublemaker, take your tail and you can keep it pushing because I don't play them games. Black women, we're not catty. So when we see all those things on TV about Black women shaking the table and fighting and all that, I don't know those people. I don't know. I've never been around anybody like that. I don't know who they are. Now, I must admit, I was a fighter growing up. I used to daydream about fighting. That's who I was. So I had a little rough childhood. But that's just that we're not bringing that energy in 2025 with grown women. We have an agenda. We have a community. We have a nation. So if you don't feel like you can get along with Black women and you don't want to be around Black women, we do not want you to be a part of this. This is for positive women only. So that's the only criteria. The criteria is you just be Black and you be positive, be ready to work, ready to go all in, ready to put it all on the table. And that's what we want. We want women who are ready to work for yourself first, right? Get your house in order. You got to put on your mask first. Then you can start helping other people. That's what Net 7 Nation is about. So y'all, if you guys are interested, go to net7nation.com. And then Miss Christina Littles. Yes, there is a Dallas chapter. Absolutely. Yep. You're a white woman. Can you join? No, sir. But you can join the Grow Your Money Club as a white woman, James. You absolutely can. The Grow Your Money Club is for everybody. All right. So somebody said, oh, you know what, Christine, I think you said you're going to see me at A, B, and C next week. I'll be at the All Black National Convention next week in Atlanta. I'll be speaking probably the whole weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. So if you guys are going to be in or around Atlanta, look at April already calling me. Girl, look at April. Watch this. I'm still online.
Really?
Look at.
They don't want to talk to you, Constance. Hi, beautiful people.
I'll call you back.
Love you.
Love you more. Bye. Anyway, so if you're going to be in around Atlanta, I'll see you on the All Black National Convention. All right. So James, I get on your nerves, but join the Grow Your Money Club. All right. Love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll have Dr. Jones on here. We're going to talk about some good medical shit. See y'all tomorrow. Same